Hello friends, today your friend Juggler is going to telling you about, what if Naruto was betrayed and become a god of Shinobi world, part 1. Check the creator from link given in the description, and if you enjoy this video then please like, share and subscribe my channel. Let's start the story. All the kids were outside talking and laughing. They were all excited as they had just graduated the academy and have officially become Hidden Leaf Shinobi. Except for one boy, who was sitting all alone on his swing watching them from a distance. That boy was none other than Naruto Uzumaki, but everyone in the academy only knows him as Dead Last. Unlike the other kids, Naruto had zero ninja training. He could never perfect the clone jutsu, which is why he was the only student to fail, again. The boy really hated his life. He had no family, no friends, and the entire village hated him for no good reason. The only people he could ever even talk to were his teacher Iruka and the Ichirikus. Everyone else wanted nothing to do with him. While Naruto was feeling sorry for himself, suddenly an object fell from the sky right in front of him. Huh? What's this? Naruto said as he went to pick up what was a black notebook. Death Note? What the heck is this? The human whose name is written in this note shall die. Naruto read aloud as he stared at the book for a second. What a bunch of bull crap. There's no way in hell something like this could ever work. Instead I'll just keep it so I can write my own stories, since apparently I can't become a ninja. Naruto said as he put the notebook in his book bag and went back to his crummy old apartment. Once he got settled, he took out the Death Note and began reading the other rules. This note will not take effect unless the writer has the person's face in their mind when writing his/her name. Therefore, people sharing the same name will not be affected. If the cause of death is written within the next 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. If the cause of death is not specified, the person will simply die of a heart attack. After writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Naruto then stopped there. He would have read more, but there were just way too many rules. He decided he'd just read them later. He was now genuinely curious as to whether this Death Note would actually work or not, so he took out a pen and began to write. Wait, who the heck's name am I gonna put down? If this thing actually does work, then that'd make me a murderer. Maybe I should use it on a criminal. Wait, I don't know any criminals. Just then there was a knock at his door. Coming, he said. He opened the door to see Mizuki standing in front of him. Mizuki-sensei? What are you doing here? I came here to tell you how you can still graduate to Genin. Meanwhile in the Shinigami realm, damn it, where is it? What's wrong, Ryuk? I can't find my Death Note anywhere. I must have dropped it on Earth. Well, that thing is probably in the hands of a human by now, or maybe not. Well, I'll go check and see. Later, Ryuk said as he made his way to Earth. Secretly he had hoped a human picked it up so he could get some excitement. It was so boring in the Shinigami realm and the apples were god-awful. Hopefully this world he was traveling to could keep him entertained. Iruka and Mizuki were standing face to face with each other as Naruto watched on from behind a tree. Mizuki, what do you think you're doing? Iruka shouted. Why, I'm going to take the forbidden scroll from Naruto, of course. Why do you think he took it? Mizuki responded calmly. So you basically manipulated him, probably told him some crap like if he did it you would promote him. How could you? What does it matter to you anyway, Iruka? He's the same nine-tailed brat that murdered your parents and almost destroyed the village. Why do you defend him? Mizuki shouted as Naruto overheard this. His eyes grew wide in shock. It all made sense now. Why all the adults gave him glares filled with hatred and anger. Why they didn't let any of their children play with him at the park. Now he knew that Iruka must have hated him too. You're wrong, Mizuki. Naruto is not the Nine Tails and never has been. He was just its Jinchuriki, nothing more, nothing less. Naruto has always been his own person, and no matter what kind of crap life has put him through, he always kept a big smile on his face and kept on about becoming Hokage. I never blamed him for my parents' death or the destruction of the village, and you shouldn't either. To be honest, he's always been like a little brother to me. Iruka said. Naruto couldn't help but cry upon hearing this. He was so happy that Iruka never saw him as the monster everybody thought he was, and now he knew he could always count on him. Enough with the damn sob story, Mizuki said as he launched a giant shuriken aiming for Iruka's neck. Now Iruka was caught off guard by this and he was about to get his head taken off, but luckily he had an unexpected savior. "If you ever touch my sensei, I'll kill you," Naruto said with a dark tone. "Well, speak of the devil, look who it is. So have you come to die too, you nine-tailed brat?" Mizuki taunted. Naruto didn't bother to speak and made a familiar hand sign, multi-shadow clone jutsu, he shouted as 1K shadow clones came into existence. "What the Naruto, when did you learn to make this many? Was it from the Forbidden Scroll?" Iruka thought in his head, what the hell? Since when could you make that many? Mizuki shouted as all Narutos came at him and started pummeling him. When Naruto was done beating the shit out of Mizuki, Iruka told him to close his eyes. He felt something being placed on his forehead, and when he opened his eyes, he noticed it was a hidden leaf headband. "Congratulations Naruto, you pass," Iruka said with a smile on his face. "Iruka-sensei," Naruto shouted as he hugged his teacher. He was so happy he had finally become a full-fledged shinobi. Little did they know, the death god Ryuk was watching the entire time. "That was quite the show. Now I know this world is gonna be exciting. It seems that boy is heading home now. I should follow him and introduce myself there," Ryuk said to himself. When Naruto got home, he had one thing on his mind, the Death Note. Now was the time. He could finally find out if the Death Note is real or not. He took it from his dresser and took out a pen and wrote, "Mizuki," while thinking of his face. He then closed the Death Note and put it back in his dresser. He figured if the Death Note actually worked, he would find out tomorrow, though he didn't expect it to actually work. As he turned around, he fell on the floor to his shock of a tall black figure standing in front of him. He quickly made about 10 shadow clones and they all threw kunous at the figure, only for them to go right through him. "Calm yourself, boy, I am not here to attack you, I just wanted to introduce myself," he said. "Who the hell or what the hell are you?" Naruto shouted. "My name is Ryuk, I am a death god from the Shinigami realm." "That was my Death Note you have there." "Oh sorry, you can have it back," Naruto said while handing it to Ryuk. "No, the moment you picked it up you became the new owner of the Death Note, I am merely a spectator." "Oh I see, so does this thing actually work?" "Yes it does, and I see you already put that man's name in the Death Note. He should be dead by now, but you can see for yourself tomorrow." "Alright, well I'm going to sleep now. You're not gonna watch me, are you?" "No. Of course not. I mean, I know I look like a stalker, but geez. Haha, sorry. Anyways, good night Ryuk. See ya soon." The next day, Naruto walked into the classroom with a big smile on his face because he graduated. Ryuk followed behind him, but he already explained to Naruto that only people who touch the Death Note can see and hear him. The entire class was shocked to see him as they thought he had failed. "Naruto? I thought you didn't graduate," said the one known as Shikamaru. "Nope. I guess Iruka-sensei had a change of heart." "Naruto, you don't have to keep it from them." "Class, the reason I gave Naruto a free pass was because Mizuki went rogue and Naruto single-handedly took him down," Iruka said as the entire class shouted in awe. Iruka then whispered in Naruto's ear, "Speaking of Mizuki, they said he died last night due to a massive heart attack." Naruto's grew wide. The Death Note, it's real, he thought to himself. After recovering from his shock, he went and sat down next to Sasuke Uchiha, the boy he saw as his rival. "Hey Naruto, How the hell did you take down a Chunin level shinobi before you even made Genin? Sasuke asked him. Naruto just smiled and said, he was pretty weak. Alright class, enough of the chit chat. Today you will assigned with 2 others to form a team and you will have a Jonin instructor. I will now call out the teams. Team 7, Naruto Uzumaki, Sakura Haruno, and Sasuke Uchiha. Iruka started, well, at least I'm with Sakura. Naruto thought, well, at least I'm with Sasuke. Sakura thought, well, as long as they don't get in my way. Sasuke thought, I really wanted to be with Naruto. Thought the princess of the Hyuga clan team 8, Kiba Inyazuka, Hinata Hyuga, and Shino Abarame. Team 10, Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, and Koji Akimichi. Iruka finished. Hey, what happened to Team 9? Naruto asked. Team 9 graduated last year. Iruka replied. Anyway, those are the teams. From here on out your Jonin instructors will be your new senseis and you are to listen to them and follow their command. You all are shinobi now and you will take on many missions in the future, but remember, it's a dangerous world out there, so be careful. Now your teachers will be here shortly to come and get you guys. With that, Iruka left the room and soon all the Jonin instructors came and got their students, except for one. 2 hours later. What the hell is taking him so long? Naruto shouted. Naruto, stop yelling. I'm sure he was busy and will be here any moment. Sakura said, yeah, well, I'm done waiting, I got stuff I need to do. Naruto resp1 like reading. Reading? So you finally decided to take your studies more seriously, huh? Sakura said, yeah, if I'm gonna be a true shinobi I need to train not just my body, but my mind as well. Just then a man with a mask on his face walked in. You all must be my team, sorry I'm so late. Let's meet up on the roof and get to know ourselves. He said. They all got to the roof and sat down. Now you all can tell me your name, likes, dislikes, and goals for the future. Why don't you start first, sensei, so we can get an example? Sakura suggested. Fine. My name is Kakashi Hatake. There are many things that I like and dislike, and I don't feel like telling you my goals. All we really got was his name. Sakura said. Now why don't you go first, miss? Kakashi said. Okay. My name is Sakura Haruno. What I like is, I mean who I like is asterisk looks at Sasuke asterisk. My goals for the future are looks at Sasuke and squeals. Oh great, a fangirl is just what we need. Kakashi thought. And your dislikes? Kakashi asked Naruto. She shouted, but Naruto didn't really care what people thought of him anymore. The most weapon in the world was at his disposal, so why should he care? Well, what about you with the raven hair? Kakashi said. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I dislike a lot of things and there aren't many things that I like. My goal is soon to become a reality, and that is to kill a certain man and restore my clan, he said, with Sakura looking at him, puzzled. Kakashi already knew the backstory and kinda expected that. Naruto was looking more interested than shocked. Alright Blondie, you're up. Kakashi said. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I love ramen, training, and protecting those who are precious to me. I hate how long you have to wait for the ramen to cook, bullies, and criminals, and people that blame others for something that wasn't their fault. Finally my dream is dash. He paused for a moment. What was his dream? Sure, he wanted to become Hokage, but is that what he really wanted? He has the power to rid the shinobi world of all criminal scum and those who do wrong. He can keep every innocent soul alive and kill every corrupt soul. He has the power to play God. My dream is revolution. Naruto finished. Everyone, even Sasuke and Kakashi, were completely shocked by his answer. What could he mean by that? I hope he's not talking about getting revenge on the village. Kakashi thought with worry. Okay, that's all for today. You three are dismissed. You are to meet me at the training grounds so I can test you and determine if you get sent back to the academy or not. Be sure to meet at 5 a.m. and you might wanna skip breakfast. With that Kakashi took and so did Team 7. Naruto made his way to the Konoha library and picked up the first book he saw, which was teaching all about shadow clones. After reading the whole thing, he learned that if a shadow clone disperses, all its memories are transferred to the original. Learning this, he made about 200 shadow clones and they all started reading every book that they could. So tell me, how is it that you can clone yourself? Ryuk asked. I use the chakra that's flowing through my body to do that. Naruto resp1. So can everyone in this world use chakra? Well, not everybody, but most people. Anyway, I'm going to leave my clones here to study until they disperse. Meanwhile, I'll be talking to someone. Naruto then sat in a meditating position and closed his eyes. Soon enough he was able to enter his mind. Hello? Hey Nine Tails, I know you're inside of me, so answer me, are you here? Naruto yelled. His mind looked like a sewer and he was standing in front of giant iron bars. Then he saw a giant red eye with a black silt open up. Naruto Uzumaki, so you managed to communicate with me. What is it that you want? The Nine Tails said, your name. My name? Why would you want my name and why should I tell you? Because if we're going to be partners, we need to get to know each other better, and considering you have been inside of me my whole life, I'm the one who needs to get to know you. Is this a joke? You know who I am, do you not? Why on earth should we be partners? Well, I can't bring about revolution with only my death note, I still need power. I was reading a lot about tailed beasts and Jinchuriki earlier, and I know that there are 8 others out there just like you and I. I will bring them all together and we will all watch over everything with this death note. Here. They must have gone through the same pain I went through and I want to save them. They don't deserve to be treated like monsters. It's the real monsters out there that deserve to be punished. I will give you my power when you need it, because if you die I die, but we are not friends. Soon enough, we will be. Naruto said as he walked away and began to exit his mind. Kurama the Nine Tails said, what? That is my name, Kurama. Naruto just smiled and exited his mind, going back to reality. Once back, his head hurt like hell because he was gaining so much information and noticed that all his clones were gone. Damn, I must have been gone longer than I thought, he said. Where did you go? Ryuk asked. Inside my mind to talk to Kurama, the tailed beast inside of me. So anyway, Ryuk, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. Naruto responded, only if you offer me something. Like what? Apples, that's it? Death gods love apples. Alright then, I'll get you an apple if you can do this favor for me. Naruto said, what is it? Ryuk asked, I need you to sneak into the Hokage's office and steal the bingo book so I can get all the criminals. It should be easy since no one but me can see or hear you. The Hokage's office is in that big tower, right? Right, alright, I'm off, and have my apples ready. Naruto then went off to find a stand and bought a whole basket of fresh apples. He noticed the sun was starting to set and he decided he would head home and train in his mind to learn the jutsus he studied. He learned a lot and he thought he should train his taijutsu skills as well so he could get ready for tomorrow. First he stopped by the Ichiraku ramen stand for dinner and went home. As he walked through the door he saw Ryuk in there waiting for him. So did you get it? Here, he threw Naruto the book. Now give me my apples. Now we need to preserve these apples so you only eat one a day. Naruto said as he threw Ryuk an apple and put the rest in his refrigerator. Naruto then sat on his bed and opened up the bingo book. Unmo Samidare Itaki Uchiha Orochimaru Kabuto Yakushi Shoujoji Kiyomifu Kuda. So these are the people listed in the bingo book. Good thing it also shows a picture of them, making this incredibly easy. The only one I won't kill is Itaki Uchiha because I'm pretty damn sure he's the one Sasuke was talking about, and so I'm going to respect his wishes and let him avenge his clan. As for the others, if you didn't go rogue you wouldn't have to suffer the consequences. Naruto said. He then took out a pen and began writing all except Itaka's name. There, I can't believe that Orochimaru guy is one of the Sannin, and I can't believe I just killed one of the Sannin. Ha! Just goes to show how much power the Death Note wields. I could kill a Kage if I wanted to. Now don't get ahead of yourself, Naruto. The Death Note can only kill if it is humanely possible. Ryuk said, yeah, I know that, I read the rules. My only problem is that I would need to find a way to get all criminals' names. Naruto said, oh, I know a way I can fix that. A Shinigami's eyes can see a person's full name and lifespan just by looking at them, and I can give you these eyes. What's the catch? Naruto asked. You must give me half of your lifespan. Deal what? I'll take the offer. Just like that. Just like that. Very well then. After making the ideal, Naruto went to sleep as he needed to restore his energy. Meanwhile, did you get the news? Yes, I don't believe he just up and died from a massive heart attack. It seems his apprentice Kabuto Yakushi died from a massive heart attack as well, and so did the others in that were in the bingo book except for Itachi Uchiha. We don't know if he's dead or not. Mizuki was killed by a massive heart attack as well. Something isn't right. There's gotta be something that's causing this to happen. Jiraiya, I want you to look into this. Sure thing, sensei. Jiraiya said. Naruto got up at 4:30 a.m. and decided to eat breakfast anyway, and grabbed an apple instead of cup ramen and then began to get dressed. He made his way to the training ground and saw that he was the first one there, so he decided to practice his taijutsu skills on a log that was there. After about 15 minutes or so, Sasuke and Sakura also arrived. Here, eat up. Naruto said as he tossed an apple to them both. Naruto, Kakashi-sensei said not to eat breakfast. Sakura said we have to treat this training session as a real mission, and on a mission a shinobi can't focus on the battle if he's too hungry. Not to mention apples are both nutritious and delicious. Naruto replied. Naruto's actually right, thanks. Sasuke said no prob bro. Kakashi then arrived around 20 minutes later, two angry faces. Once they were settled, Kakashi began to go over what their training would be. He explained how they needed to successfully retrieve two bells from him, and whoever didn't get one would fail and be sent back to the academy. Sasuke and Sakura were dumbfounded because that meant only two of them could pass, but Naruto knew this was some sort of trick. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were all hiding as Kakashi was just standing in middle reading his book. Naruto knew a lot more now than before, so he was playing his cards right. He decided he would find Sasuke and Sakura so they could form a plan, although he knew they most likely weren't going to be willing to work with him. Sakura was only thinking of her and Sasuke was only thinking of himself, and Naruto took the time out of his day to at least try and work with them. As he jumped through the trees, he made two shadow clones to find Sasuke and Sakura while he came up with a plan. One of the clones spotted Sakura walking down a trail, carrying a kunai in her hand. Hey Sakura, Naruto said. What is it, Naruto? We need to be separated, she said. Yes, but we have to find Sasuke first and form a plan. Without a plan we will never pass this test. Only two of us can pass, Naruto. And those two are going to be me and Sasuke, and you're not gonna get in our way, Sakura said with annoyance. Sakura, listen, I don't give a damn about your obsession with Sasuke, and I'm sure as hell not getting in the middle of all that BS. But we need to treat this as a real mission. You really think enemy shinobi are gonna give two fucks about some crush? No, they'll kill you without a second thought. If we're gonna be real ninja, then we have to learn to work together whether you like it or not. Naruto said. Well, fine then. We should find Sasuke first so he can come up with a plan. Sakura said. Why, yeah, sure, already working on that, said Naruto with an annoyed look on his face. They then leaped into the trees and went to search for their teammate. Eventually they found him hiding in the bushes. What are you two doing? We're supposed to be split up and only two of us can get those bells. Sasuke said, we know that, but we need to work together and come up with a plan if we're gonna complete this test. Naruto responded, alright, I'm listening. He said, I'm surprised not a single one of them has made a move yet. They may be more strategic and willing to work together than I thought. Just as Kakashi was thinking that, a giant fireball came heading towards him, to which he dodged easily. He saw Sasuke running towards him to engage in hand-to-hand combat, but Kakashi was far more skilled and easily overpowered him. Suddenly a kunai was thrown from behind Kakashi, but it went above his head and set off a large explosion, taking down about 5 trees. Did we get him? Sakura asked. Of course not. Sasuke said while look up at Kakashi on a tree branch. As Kakashi leaped down to strike Sasuke, a dozen fists punched out of the ground, striking Kakashi and throwing him back into the air. Naruto Uzumaki barrage. All the Narutos yelled as they huge combo on Kakashi. Sakura and Sasuke couldn't believe it. Naruto actually beat Kakashi. When Naruto landed on the ground, all the clones dispersed, and so did Kakashi. Before Naruto could do anything else, his foot was caught by a rope and he was dangling from a tree. Sasuke and Sakura were knocked out before they could react, and so was Naruto. When they woke up, they were all tied to logs. I'm actually impressed. I never expected you guys to work together so efficiently. Kakashi said. You wanted to test us not on our skills, but our teamwork and companionship, right? Naruto said. Yes, very good, Naruto. The trick was to see if you would all work together or against one another, and you all did excellent, even if you failed to take me down. For that, you all pass. Kakashi-sensei, I have a confession to make. I wasn't willing to work with Naruto at first. I was only thinking about me and Sasuke getting those bells to be together. Naruto talked me into using teamwork. Sakura said, yeah, I'm guilty too. I completely forgot what is most important for a shinobi in the battlefield, and Naruto brought us all together. If anything, only he deserves to pass. Sasuke said, it's alright. The fact that you still were able to cooperate together shows that you can work efficiently as a team. Just treat this as a learning experience. Always remember, those who break the rules and laws are regarded as scum, but those who abandon even one of their friends are worse than scum. Now you are all dismissed. Kakashi said as he untied the ropes and offered to treat them to lunch at Ichiraku's ramen. Soon after, Naruto caught up with his teammates. Hey guys, why don't we all start training together? Naruto said. Training together? You mean without Kakashi-sensei? Sakura asked. Yeah, then we could really surprise him. We could meet at the training grounds every day at 5 a.m. so we can improve our skills and abilities. We need to be strong and powerful in the ninja world, otherwise we would die. Naruto responded, I'll do whatever it takes to become strong enough to complete my goal. I'm in. Sasuke agreed. Yeah, me too. Sakura agreed. Then it's a date. See you guys in the morning. Naruto said as he waved goodbye. When Naruto got home, he noticed the empty basket on the table. Hey Ryuk, did you eat all the apples? I ate them overnight. I had been waiting all day to ask for more. You know how this works, Ryuk. You do something for me and I do something for you. It should be the other way around. Well, it's not. So what I need you to do is basically steal some scrolls for me and my teammates to use during training. Fine, I'll go. But only so you can get me a big basket of apples. Got it, now go. I have to hit the library again. Naruto then went to the library to do some more studying and research with his clones. After a few hours, Ryuk came with the scrolls and Naruto bought the basket of apples. The next morning he met up with Sasuke and Sakura and they began training. It went on like this for weeks, as well as going on D-rank missions which they didn't like at all. The mission was a success, Lord Hokage. Kakashi said, what mission? Chasing a cat? All we've been doing is chores. If we're supposed to be real ninja, then why aren't we having real missions? Naruto said every genin starts off with D rank missions and then work their way up, that's how the system works Naruto. Kakashi said well I think it's time we've gotten a real mission for once. Naruto said I agree said Sasuke me too said Sakura alright, since you are all so anxious I will assign you with a C rank mission I have available. It's an escort mission, where you must ensure that the client returns safely to his village. The Hokage said the door then opened to reveal a middle-aged man. What, are these supposed to be my escorts? A bunch of brats. The old man said we are not brats, nor are we ordinary children. Naruto said appearing behind the man. How is Naruto that fast? I barely saw him. Kakashi thought in a little shock. This is Tajuna and do not worry fine Kakashi here is a very skilled jonin. The Hokage said why yeah and these kids are also pretty skilled. I assure you everything will be fine. Kakashi added well, alright then. I'll be waiting. Tajuna said soon they made leave were on their way to the land of waves since that is where Tajuna lived. When they were a good distance from the leaf they were walking through the woods and as they passed a small puddle, two ninjas came out of the puddle and launched long chains at Kakashi but were blocked by Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura quickly engaged the two ninja. Sasuke launched an enormous fireball jutsu at one of them taking him out and Sakura engaged the other ninja in a taijutsu battle, in which she knocked him out into a tree, splitting it in half with one punch. Sakura how did you dash Kakashi started I had been practicing a bit of medical ninjutsu. Sakura said cutting him off. Well, I must say I am very impressed with the way you three handled the situation. Good job, all of you however, Tajuna I think you've got some explaining to do. Kakashi said yeah because if I recall correctly, C rank missions don't have attacks from enemy ninja. That would normally be in a rank mission. Naruto said Naruto's right, so please explain why you lied because you must have known you were being targeted. Kakashi said slightly impressed at Naruto's knowledge on the shinobi rank system. Tajuna then told them everything about Gato controlling the village and taking all the money, leaving everyone poor so Tajuna couldn't afford a higher ranked mission. He told them how he was working on a bridge and Gato was trying to stop him by killing him. After hearing all this Kakashi decided they would stay and carry out the mission. Some time later, Kakashi yelled for them all to duck as a giant sword swung across their heads and into a tree. There could be seen a man standing on the sword. So that's why the demon brothers failed, Kakashi the copy ninja was there. The man said and you, are Zabuza the demon of the hidden mist. Kakashi said his real name is Zabuza Mamakai, if only I could see his face. Naruto thought guys stay back, he is an S-rank ninja and is very dangerous. Kakashi said sensei could you, try to get the wrappings of his face. Naruto asked whispering. Why would I be worried about what he looks like? We need to worry about getting out of here alive. Kakashi responded sensei please, if we know what he looks like, he will die. Just trust and please try to show his face. Naruto said, fine, I'll try to show his face but stay back. Kakashi said gotcha Naruto said as the battle between the two S-rank ninjas commenced. Kakashi revealed his Sharingan leaving Sasuke shocked. The Sharingan? Sasuke shouted. With surprise what's a Sharingan? Sakura asked the Sharingan is a dojutsu that can immediately see and anticipate all ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu at hand. Naruto explained yeah, and a trait only of the Uchiha clan so how does Kakashi sensei have one? Sasuke said they also call him Kakashi of the Sharingan, apparently a deceased Uchiha gave it to him during the Third Great Shinobi War. Naruto said it seems you know a lot about a lot of stuff Naruto. Sakura said I've done lots of research. Naruto responded guys. Kakashi sensei got trapped inside a water prison. Sasuke said you guys did enough with the demon brothers, it's my turn now. Naruto said you have to get past my clone first. Zabuza said while he made a water clone. Let's see how you and your clone face up. Against my new jutsu. First, multi-shadow clone jutsu. Naruto said, making about 30 shadow clones. Now for my new technique. Wind release, divine mountain wind. All the Narutos shouted as they thrust out their hands, created a huge vortex of wind that was so strong it destroyed Zabuza's clone and blew Zabuza hundreds of feet away, blowing his wrappings off his face and freeing Kakashi. Naruto caught a glimpse of Zabuza's face before sinking into the ocean and already memorized it. Kakashi was in absolute shock at Naruto's display of strength, and Sasuke and Sakura were just smirking as they already knew what he was now capable of. "And Naruto W, when did you learn that jutsu?" Kakashi asked in shock. "Ever since we passed your test, me, Sasuke, and Sakura have been training and learning new jutsu and getting stronger." Naruto responded. Then suddenly, Hunter Ninja appeared before them. "I am here to retrieve the body of Zabuza Mamakai. The Hunter Ninja says he's at the bottom of the ocean, be careful because he may or may not be alive." Naruto said, "Very well," the Hunter Ninja said, diving into the ocean. Kakashi then collapsed from overuse of the Sharingan. Hey, So, that's it for today. I hope you guys like it and enjoyed the story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel for great stories like this. Thank you, see you soon in next video.